We actually danced at Jen and Justin's wedding. I asked Samantha Ronson was the DJ, and we asked her to play the song.
We hijacked the wedding.
And we basically cleared the dance floor. No,
Yeah.
people were dancing with us, but you take up so much space when you dance.
Thank you. Yeah.
Because you do.
Because you have to stretch it out.
You have to do the lunges.
Yeah.
No one really thinks about lunging during dancing, but.
By the end of the song, I'm ready to dance to anything.
Yeah, because you're stretched out.
Exactly.
You're limber.
Yeah.
The last time you were here, you were talking about you and Emily swimming with sharks.
That's right.
I
love to terrify my wife if
yes,
I can.
and it was your honeymoon.
It was.
And which is, you know, you hear stories about people going scuba diving on their honeymoons and strange things happen.
Yeah.
You were how far down?
I was 100 feet deep.
I don't scuba dive, but that seems deep.
Yeah, it's like the bottom of the earth. It's very... It's very scary.
It's the bottom.
No, but we had a disposable camera that I was videoing on, and it started to crinkle up. No joke. It was pretty wild. And the crazy thing was the day before we had snorkeled with sharks, and so our dive instructor, I think, got really competitive. So he was like, "Oh, I'll show you some stuff." And I said, I don't need you to show me. We saw it. It's good." And he was like, "No, we're going to take you to gray reef sharks," which I know every shark looks like Jaws, but these really look like Jaws, and they're huge. And so we went down there, and they swim very close. These guys swim very close. And Emily never wanted to learn scuba diving, and I was like, we will never get into trouble with sharks. And all of a sudden, one broke off from the circle and swam behind us, and I saw it, and Emily didn't. And he started to charge Emily, and so my decision was, if I spook her out and she moves a lot, he might bite her. And instead, I just let it ride. And right as the shark came close to her, she very adorably went, and then the shark came right here, and she went, and like air bubbles came out. She kind of passed out underwater. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, what happens when you see that? I would be so scared that I wouldn't clamping down enough.
All of her air just went to the top, and then it was pretty scary. And then we saw like this speck 20 seconds later, and I said, please, not another shark. She'll never do anything with me again. And we didn't know what it was, and it was a sea turtle who came up, I'm not kidding, came up, put his arm around her, and then started petting her head. That's true. It's true. It's not, yeah, this is real footage of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're amazing,
Yeah.
aren't they?
And he like hugged her, and it's like he knew she had a bad day, and he was like, sorry about my buddy Terry. He gets real close on the flybys.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's why I want to do it, because of experiences like that, but
Yeah.
I'm scared to do it. So, how is Hazel?
She's great.
And Hazel is his daughter, and she's how old?
She's almost 2. She's about to turn 2. It's the greatest
That's a good
thing ever.
age.
Yeah.
So, is she talking?
She is talking. She's talking a lot. She's starting to do little bits, which is hilarious. Like she, when she's looking for me, instead of saying like, Daddy, Daddy, she goes, where is that Daddy? Like that crazy guy. I was like, that's so weird. And she's also picking up on Emily's accent, so she doesn't say water. She says, Wuta. Wuta. And I was like, just wait till kindergarten until people go, what's that accent? She's like, water, water, it's water.
Oh, that's adorable,
It's so awesome,
though.
yeah.
I haven't met her yet.
No,
that's how
we
long
keep her
it's
away
been.
from you. I don't know why.
What? That's not right. And what is Emily doing? Because you went to the Globes by yourself.
I did. You said it, so it made me feel bad. But the way you said it made me feel bad.
Did you not invite her, or is she not in town?
I don't invite her to anything anymore.
I see.
No, she's shooting a movie, and so I went alone. And turns out that when you go stag, they put you at a great table. I was at Leonardo DiCaprio's table.
Wow.
Yep.
Whoa.
I've never. Whoa.
There you are.
Perfect.
Ding.
Yeah. And that sounds really cool, except I didn't get a chance to meet him, and I didn't want to be like, hey, man, I'm the guy who doesn't have anybody. And then they won everything, so I'm in the middle of hugs, and people are like, this is the best year ever, and I was like, wasn't it? And then everybody went up and gave their speech. I felt really pretty stupid.
Oh, there you are in the background.
A lot. Yeah, definitely there was a moment, speaking of Alejandro, when he won, he said hi to everyone and thank you, because they all worked on the movie, and then turned to me, and there was that moment of like, why are you here? And I was like, congratulations!
let's talk about you got in such amazing. I was saying during the break that Emily got in great shape when she did the Tom Cruise movie.
Edge of Tomorrow, yeah.
And she was in amazing shape.
Yeah.
And then that's I think why no one saw you for a long time, because you wouldn't leave the house because you couldn't socialize, you couldn't go out, you couldn't have a drink.
Because I would just eat.
Yeah, so you can't, and you
I
can't
mean, if
do
you
that.
invited me over to watch a movie, I'd just like eat DVDs. I just had to. I was so hungry for so long.
Yeah, there's there's lots of pictures, hunky pictures in this magazine here. But,
Yeah. That's real.
what? This is too tiny to see. Can you see the little in the corner? Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not real. That's not real.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, hello, stranger.